Light years from Earth lies a planet with a climate much like that seen on Earth itself. A savanna world, so similar to the place we call home that it is perfectly habitable even by humans. I will present some of our findings on the seasons, vegetation structures, landforms, touch a little on flow of energy and geology and geography, the soil, and the animals found on this familiar planet. The seasons. The seasons are dominated by long dry seasons which tend to be longer and less humid, and we also have the very wet season. The dry seasons are dominated by high temperatures ranging from about 20 to 30 degrees. They're also characterized by prevailing southeast winds and high temperature variations throughout the days, also clear skies. The very wet seasons, you have moderate rainfall averaging about 600 millimeters per year, and the long dry seasons can last up to 8 months, May to December, and tend to be dry and less humid compared to the wet seasons. Vegetation structures that were found here included the poaceae, we also saw some discontinuous trees and shrubs, open woodlands and grasslands. C4 grasses predominated the ground cover. These are adapted to lower moisture and high temperatures and generally produce more bulb. The discontinuous trees and shrubs had dense fluids, had waxy leaves and thorns, probably to minimize water loss given the climate and for defense, the thorns for example. They also had protected stomata. The open woodlands on the other hand, the woodlands varied greatly because of the fluctuation in grasslands. The features of the grasslands were narrow leaf grasses such as spinifex and hammock. There are various types of tall species of grasses on this planet depending on the soil type. Landforms. Landforms are mostly flat to slightly undulating. We found some stone country or stony country, which was mostly rocky escarpments, slopes and plateaus, riparian zones and some deserts. The riparian zones had very high biodiversity and were characterized by hydrophilic plants. It also acted as a source of water and as a natural biofilter. The flow of energy, just touching on this a little, the flow of energy was linked to the flow of water through the soil plant atmosphere continuum. The energy moved from the sun to the vegetation, to the animals that consumed them, and lost as heat through back to the atmosphere. Quickly to mention, the flow of nutrients went from the soil to the plants to the animals. Clearly, there's a close link between the flow of energy and the flow of nutrients. As well, the soil. We found some sandy soil with a low water holding capacity, some clays and loams which tended to be more fertile and could accommodate vegetation or growth of vegetation. We saw some laterite soil which was a red loam soil that was rich in iron. The fauna here on the savanna world were carnivores, herbivores, producers, decomposers, and scavengers, mostly like here on Earth. We found some leopards, hyenas, wild dogs, wild horses, rabbits, impalas, vultures, termites, raccoons, butterflies, kangaroos, grasshoppers, sheep, plenty of animals. And the atmospheric composition was just like here on Earth, except the CO2 concentration which was 0.031 compared to 0.04 here on Earth. Now, the geology and geography, we found some peneplains, which are almost featureless land structures formed by erosion over geologic time. We found some greywacks, a type of sandstone characterized by its dark color and poorly assorted quartz, feldspar, and other fragments. These were a result of underwater avalanches. We found some plateau sandstones, river deltas, resistant sandstones composed mostly of quartz, basalt volcanic lavas which gave rise to the deep nutrient-rich soils as well.
There are three types of organisms that exist in terms of feeding strategies: carnivores, omnivores, and herbivores. There are features of carnivores present in savanna world. Higher strength of dental structure and adapted to grass prey. They have very strong jaws to grass prey. Good vision even in the daytime and the night as well. Strong legs to run faster to catch the prey. Yellow or brown color body to camouflage in the savanna environment. And also these carnivores have sharp claws to grab prey. In this study, mainly we illustrate about the herbivore animals. Let's talk about herbivores in savanna. This category shows many adaptations to the savanna world. The main feature of the world is plants containing toxic compounds. The digestive tract of herbivores shows many adaptations to digest toxic compounds. In the early ages of savanna world, many species have extincted because being not able to adapt to the consume toxic plant materials. These animals have specific features to digest toxic compounds. Microbial adaptations can be induced by expended of small quantities of plant toxins in the gut can adapt the toxins. It is the good way to diminish the risk of the poisoning for the herbivores. Rumen microbes is a good mechanism to counteract the negative effects of the tannins. Equus the savanna king. This is our innovation. Equus is a herbivore animal, higher in population. We can find equus in anywhere of the savanna world. Equus have specific defensive strategies, bigger in size and containing horns and etc. Equus have higher adaptations in the body to savanna world. For an example, digestive system and skeletal muscle system are very important when talk about the adaptations of the equus to savanna world. Adaptations of skeletal muscle system. Equus have a great height, approximately 20 feet. Also, equus have a long neck to reach for the plants in the canopy trees. Average weight is 1.5 tons. The strength of the muscles are very high. Physiological adaptations of digestive systems of equus. Equus have ability to storage water. At the back of the body contain a hump. In this hump, equus can storage water. Equus have teeth that flat and edged. This dental structure is useful to bite, crush and grind the toxic plants and make toxic plant materials break down. Also, equus contain very strong jaws which is helpful to food breakdown. Large intestines are useful to hold waste that originally were food high in water content. Cecum is very long in equus, contain millions of bacteria that can break down the fiber materials and is more easily absorbed.
Adaptation of the digestive tract of equus. As we know that equus on the savanna world need some special features which can help to detoxify the food. The first thing which is present in the aqueous animals, they have some special physical features in their digestive system. As they intake the food through the mouth, mouth contains one of the special enzyme. The name of the enzyme is salivase, which detoxifies the food up to 20%. After that, the food passes into the gut. The gastroesophagus contains a high gut pH. Due to that, some of the toxic compounds are inhibited. After that, the food goes to DTI sac, which contains some special enzymes, and the whole food is detoxified on these points. After this point or DTI sac, the whole food is detoxified, and the normal digestive system start as in the earth animals. For example, the cesium with the microorganism which digested the food and absorbed. Second thing is the enzymatic reactions, which play a particular role to detoxify the food. As we already discussed, these all enzymes present in the DTI sac. The name of some special enzymes which are present in the DTI sac are cytochrome 4,5 or monooxygenase, glutathione, and S-transferase esterase. The secretion of these enzymes mixed with the digestive food and detoxified the digestive food. Detoxification strategies. Instead of special particular features enzymatic reaction, they also have some special detoxification strategies which helps to detoxify the food. The first one is the herbivores on savanna that specialize in toxic plants often employ more than one detoxification systems. Aquas feeds very successfully on the leaves of canopy tree, which contains a high concentration of non-protein amino acid. The name of the amino acid is KNHY. The amino acid KNHY in aquas drives the detoxification process, so it is also detoxified the some amount of toxic compounds. As KNHY is metabolized and rich nitrogen compounds, which is our source of amino acid synthesis, results in a great nutritional benefits. Moreover, herbivores offset the diverse effect of toxic by maintaining a high gut pH. Instead of all these things, there are also some threats which can cause a harm to the animals in a savanna world. First of that is a bushfire, which is happened in the hot or dry season. This bushfire caused the high temperature and increase in greenhouse gases, drought, and excess of carbon dioxide on savanna world, unavailability of water. By creating these all things, this caused the animals lot of harms. Even animals could die, and a lot of species are endangered due to bushfire and due to other reasons.
Special thanks go out to Chanuka for her contribution on the animal physiology, to Yao for sourcing different information for the project, to Herman for her contribution on the digestive system, and myself, Kenneth, on describing the savannah world encountered. Thank you very much.